Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about other cryptos. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys so that you can see it happening in real time. And as I mentioned, I'm going to do my very best to get to your questions and try to do some troubleshooting here on the fly. So let's get this party started. I had to take a quick detour. My glasses, it's a constant battle to keep these things clean. I really don't need to wear glasses per se, but I need readers to read either my phone or my computer, so I'm stuck with them. So, welcome everybody. I'm here again with the rig. We've got everything up to speed here. Yeah, looks like the mic's working. The lights are on. Got everything going. So, thanks for joining me. I just got some cool stuff. So, I bought some new tools for working with rigs. I like to always have a nice pair of wire cutters. It helps when you're because I use zip ties to secure all my cables, and when I'm going in and working on a rig, sometimes I need to take off the zip ties, and these things are perfect for that. And then a nice pair of needle nose pliers, and I can use those right now, right? We'll just like snap those little zip ties off. There we go. We've got a nice pair of Craftsman needle nose. And I just got a package, so you guys can, showed you my address, so don't expect me to feed you if you come over. So let's see, let's go ahead and open this guy up. This is a package all the way from China. Oh, wait a minute, is this what I was expecting? This is not what I was expecting. Oh, yeah. They told me they're going to give me this book by Bobby Lee. And they sent me, ooh, here we go. So this is the Ballet series cryptocurrency cold wallet non-digital. So this is the, let's see, which one is this? I guess it says primary account. We can look on their website a little bit. Then we've got this guy, which I believe is similar. I think they're both stainless steel, these two. And then I know that they said they were going to send me a couple of these high-end puppies. Let's take a look at these. These are cool. I'll talk to you guys about them here in a sec. Yeah. Woo! Look at this one. This is the, let me get it in focus here for you guys. Oh, I can just do this, right? There we go. Cold storage cryptocurrency, 24 karat gold plated stainless steel. This is the 2022 Tiger limited edition. So they sent me these. I'm going to do a video on how they work and setting them up and how to use them. And they want to do a contest where they give one of these away, and they're going to do that through their Twitter account. So once I get the video posted, I'll retweet one of their tweets or however that stuff works, and they're going to ship out that. Whoever wins, so they'll ship this guy out, a different one to them. They told me I can keep this one. It's pretty cool. And then I've got this guy. Oh my God. This is the regular 24 gold plated stainless steel. So gonna have some fun doing some videos here. Let me go ahead and just jump quickly over here. And before I pull out or pop out chat, I'll just this is their website. I guess I'll put a link to this down in the description below here. So you can check it out. I don't have an affiliate link set up yet, but you can go check them out. Down in the description, I got a link to their website. But basically, what they are cryptocurrency wallets, and they're cold wallets, right? It's similar to a paper wallet that you can generate and just print out on a piece of paper. But as you can see, these are not only very professionally designed and nice looking. They can also be considered works of art, I believe. What did I do with this? Yeah. Once you open them up, I believe there's going to be a some kind of container. And what is the word I'm looking for? Like a plexiglass holder. So it's like something you can put on your mantle, and it's something that you can just give to your friends or family. And it's like, they're like bearer bonds, right? So you got to be careful with them. But it would be just like any, you got a gold coin or whatever in a collection. Of course, you're going to keep it physically secure. But it can also store Bitcoin, right? So you can give this to a family member, deposit some Bitcoin into the address, and then, when they want access to it, they can peel off that tag to reveal the private key. And then they could pull it into there's an app that goes along with it. So if someone were to just put it on a shelf, they don't have to worry about firmware upgrades or anything like that. And it's easy to kind of wrap your head around, and you can't lose like the password, right? Because everything is contained, right? It's a little, there's security risk, because it has all of the Bitcoin, the private key and the public key are all contained on this one card. But by that same token, it's hard for someone to lose access to the crypto as long as they hang on to the card. So anyway, I'll do a video on this next week. And, we're going to gear up for the big Father's Day thing. So it's going to be pretty cool. Anyway, kind of a little bit off, but that package just came in before the thing started. Let's go ahead and pop out chat real quick. We're going to talk mostly about Luna tonight. But let me get back on track and thank everyone that's here. Once again, Dan, thanks for being here. JDO, thanks for being here. And what do we call that? Mitigating? I can't even think of the word. Moderators, right? I have a couple of moderators that help me and give me a nudge if I'm ignoring people, or they'll answer the questions. So please throw out questions, comments, all that good stuff. We're going to be going through stuff. Barbara K is here. Brewster is here. We'll look at Luna here in just a second. Big Mike, truth is bitter. Is Luna 2 a scam? I don't know yet. I think they're serious about it, but we'll see. Once we take a look at what I ended up with, right? You can judge for yourself. Bobby Lee is giving away a crypto truck. That's kind of cool. Yeah, there's Charlie Lee and Bobby Lee. I believe Charlie Lee is the founder of Litecoin, and Bobby Lee has his own thing going on, right? He's a Bitcoin maximalist, if I'm not mistaken. One of them, right? So anyway, cool. Somebody likes fear. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so let's jump into right away. Let me just mention that we're going to talk about Luna tonight. We've got some news concerning Luna. I'm going to play around with the wallet. We're going to play around with some Cardano Airdrops on drip drops that Dan was talking about in the chat window here. I bought a few coins this week. XRP, Polkadot, Stellar Lumens, Polkadot. And the reason, I got Polkadot on here twice. That was weird. The reason, and I'm not diving in with both feet, right? Because we're still not sure if we're at the bottom. But we're bottom out enough, as far as I'm concerned, that I'm going to put some of my dry powder into these, and they might go lower. We don't know, but they're a lot lower than they've been in a long time. So I allocated a little bit of money to put into these 3 coins because I consider them good projects. You know, we could just as easily. I bought Bitcoin too. I should put that on there. Whoops. And I probably should have bought some Ethereum, but I have not lately. But these are, you know, strong coins. Down market, right? But you have to be careful in a down market, right? So anyway, I've got all my affiliate links here. Scroll down, check them out if you like them. If you need them, please use my links. And then market wrap, I've got the news stories that we're going to cover tonight. So let's jump into the news real quick. Let's get that out of the way. Bitcoin stuck below 30K. It's kind of been weird, you know, the last several days, or I'm sorry, the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's just been like really strange that Bitcoin has just been hovering. It's like he's like hanging on for dear life to 30,000 or thereabouts, right? I'm going to share my phone with you guys. Hopefully this thing will work on the first try, and I won't have to troubleshoot it a bunch. If it doesn't, then we'll just move on. Oh, there it goes.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am so excited to present today's video to you. We are going to be reviewing the top 10 most hated enemies in Elden Ring today, as voted by you. I'll also be giving you some hints and tips on how to deal with each of these enemies to help you on your journey to become the next Elden Lord. Thank you to every single person who participated in the poll that was running a few weeks ago. We had nearly 20,000 votes on this poll. And shortly after this video has gone live, if this is well received, we'll be putting a new poll live to vote for the most hated bosses and mini bosses in the game. So keep your eye out on my social media and make sure you're following on Twitter and Instagram so you can keep up to date with the latest news. Links to them will be in the description, because I would love to have even more people voting in the next one so that we can all get involved and have a true reflection of the community as a whole. Without further ado, let's jump into the 10th most hated enemy in the game. The Basilisk. Where to begin with these bastards? The basilisks are frog-eyed creatures that are able to breathe out black smoke that inflicts death on players. Stay in their fog for too long and you will become death-blighted and instantly die. A little bit of trivia for you before I get into their weakness. There is some conflicting information on the basilisks online that someone may be able to clarify for us. One description I've read for them that appears to be taken...
Okay. Jeez. That was weird. Alright, let's try this again. Wow. Woo! That was crazy. Alright. Okay, let's do that. There we go. Yeah, it was my phone. As soon as I started sharing my phone, that thing came up. Alright, let's try this again. Are we still on? I think we're still on. Sorry about that, guys. I should have realized that that was on my phone, because it happened as soon as I started sharing my phone. But what I was trying to do was take us over to crypto.com so that we could look at our latest price of Bitcoin. So let's do that. Let's see, what have we got here? Bitcoin is at 29,233. So it was below 29 earlier in the day. So, you know, the last couple weeks it's been, you know, I would, you know, breathe a sigh of relief every time it got back up over 30. And now it's like, now I'm breathing a sigh of relief when it gets back up over 29. So it does not portend well. Ethereum is below 2,000. Cardano is down below 50 cents. Pancake Swap is way off its highs, so we're kind of in a strange area, right? All right, so let's jump into the news. I'm sorry about that that audio that came up on my phone. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I thought it was coming from one of my browsers, and I was wrong. So anyway, Bitcoin stuck below 30,000 as buyers remain on the sidelines. Bitcoin and other cryptos traded lower on Friday despite another move upward in stocks. So as far as the correlation of stocks and Bitcoin goes, we're starting to diverge a little bit, which that's good news for me. Although seeing the crypto market go down when stocks don't is not really usually happy news. But we did have a couple of days last week or the week before where the stock market was down and Bitcoin remained unchanged or was not drugged down. So, but I think even though there's been a slight loss of correlation, I think we're kind of stuck with that going forward. Bitcoin is always going to be considered a risk-on asset to most people. It's going to be quite some time before it becomes an inflation hedge or like a safe haven asset like gold, right? It's compared to that in many, often it's compared to gold as like digital gold, but it pretty much behaves as a risk-on asset because there's still a lot of speculation in the Bitcoin market. So it's great that there was a little loss of correlation here lately, but I don't think it's going to be a permanent loss of correlation. The cryptocurrency is still down by 40% this year. That's Bitcoin. Compared to a 13% drop in the S&P 500, 22% dip in the NASDAQ. It's been a tough year all around, right? So we're hoping for a little bit of stabilization, and we'll go from there. So I've linked this story down below in the description. You can check it out. So I always like to touch on that as we get going. Let's dive into the whole Luna business. So as you all know, Luna crashed hard a couple weeks back along with US Tether. It was a self-feeding death loop, right? Terra UST lost its peg to the US dollar, and that just fed into this death spiral where UST went down and Luna both went down and pretty much lost all their value. Down to zero, right? I'd heard that a lot from Bitcoin bashers. Bitcoin's going down to zero, and you hear that a lot for people that bash certain coins. I go, oh, that's going down to zero. But I never really seen it happen quite so amazingly as it did a couple weeks back when Luna crashed down to zero. And it's so now they've through governance they've released this plan to create a brand new token called Luna 2.0. And there's going to, of course, be a lot of confusion, I'm sure. But let's see if I can get back into Kucoin. I was logged in a minute ago, so let's see where we're at here. Okay, here we go. Whoops. Okay. All right, yeah, so I'm still logged in. As you can see, I've got 55 Luna on Kucoin, and it's currently worth around $262. So that makes new Luna around $3 or $4 per coin, right? So that's where we are right now. So Terra relaunches its, according to Do Kwon's revival plan, on the Phoenix 1 network. It went live today as per the original timeline set by Terra developers and started producing blocks. He confirmed the relaunch of Terra 2.0, which aims to revive fallen Terra Luna and the Terra UST ecosystem. Although, as far as I have heard, they do not plan on resurrecting UST, at least not right now. So the algorithmic stablecoin supposedly will not be part of the Terra blockchain, which is a little strange because the Terra blockchain it's one of its main features was UST, and the fact that the Luna system maintained this algorithmic stablecoin, which was tied to the US dollar and wasn't backed by anything except the algorithm between Luna and UST. And you could earn really good interest on UST if you staked it in places like Anchor Protocol. So that was one of the main attractions of Luna, as far as I know, as far as I was concerned. So what's Luna going to be without UST? Just another blockchain, right? But apparently it's not a bad blockchain. Got a lot of development people that are doing developing things on it, and it's a fast blockchain. So maybe it's worth reviving, right? And it's got some backers behind it, so which is why the coin had some value on launch, right? Because there was some financial backing behind the coin. So here we go. The mainnet is now live, producing blocks. Blah 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 blah. There are several exchanges that are participating in the new Terra system. Investors that are migrating over. This is the main thing here. You can go into your Terra chain wallet, the Terra Station wallet, and I didn't have to do anything except, I guess, refresh it to bring it up to the Terra 2.0, right? And as you can see, there's some Luna left in my wallet. I had 60 this morning, and as I showed you, I moved some over to Kucoin just to see if it would move and just to see if it had any value. And here we are, right? So I can demo that again for you guys. And then also we can take a look here that you can see that I have some automatically staked for me. And that's in delegations. And if we go to wallet and scroll down just a tad here, it's called vesting. And as you can see, the amount, the 25% amount of 35 tokens is going to be hard locked in this vesting contract until at least November 24 of 2022. And I guess that means that anytime between these two dates I could deallocate, or maybe after 5/23 it will automatically deallocate. I don't know for sure, right? And then the bulk of it, the 105, the 75% won't be able to deallocate until May 23rd of next year, until 11/13 of 24. So I'm not sure exactly how this works. This is just what I found when I opened up my wallet, right? So we'll talk about that just a tad, a little bit more here. Let's go ahead and finish. So basically, the users should be able to see their newly issued Luna token balances, right? And if you had Luna on an exchange, unfortunately, I did not, so I can't really detail how that works, but I'm assuming that you'll automatically get your airdrops. I don't know if the people that had a bunch of Luna on Binance have their airdrop yet or not. I don't know. So let's see. I'm trying to find a list of the exchanges that are supporting it. I probably scrolled past it. I don't see it in this particular article, but that's the plan, right? They've reissued, they've started the new blockchain, and they've issued the new Luna, and the old some of the exchanges are calling it Luna 2, because the old Luna is LUNC, Luna Classic, right? So we'll play around with that a little bit. And let's just move to the next story, because I think that one goes into a little more detail. Actually, this is a story about the price of new Luna falling. Apparently, when it debuted around the $17, $18 mark, and had actually touched $20, but then fell back to around $6.30. I don't know. We should be able. Let's see if we can see it on CoinGecko, and just see what the current price is. Yeah, it's got the new icon and everything. So yeah, it's like at $5 right now, down 63% from its high, I guess, or over the last 24 hours. It just hit, right? So this is a story about how it has already lost 60% of its value, which is to be expected. I think when people get airdrop coins, a lot of people's first instinct is to just sell it right away, bird in the hand, right? Kind of mentality, you know, just sell it. It's worth something, so sell it. But it's a far cry from, and I'm not sure why I got 60 Luna in my wallet, and then I got 140 staked, because as far as I can remember, I had about 110 Luna, and interestingly enough, I had 100 Luna locked into Anchor. So I'm thinking that perhaps it became unbonded and returned to my wallet, and then I received the airdrop. I don't know that for sure. We'll dive into that a little more as we move forward. So there we go. So that's the current price, around $5, and that's where it stands now. 1 billion new tokens to be issued among holders. Eligible users will be getting a Luna airdrop on the new Phoenix network, and I can demo that a little bit for you. We'll do a little transfer here in a bit. Okay, so we've seen the coin has been born, has been allocated out to wallet holders, perhaps crypto exchange holders as well, but it has dropped 60% of its price since it debuted, right? But that doesn't mean that it might not go up. Oh, but what I wanted to mention is that I really have no interest in selling. This morning when I first looked at it, it was around $300. I have no interest in couping $300 off of Luna that was worth like 10 times that a couple weeks back, right? So my 100 Luna was worth about 10 grand, because Luna, the price of the old Luna was over 100, and you know, I had put in about 3,700, and that went to zero, and so I was in the red 3,700. So I don't care if it goes to zero from here. I'm not going to sell it. I'm just going to hang on to it and see what happens, because $300 is like chump change. Not even, you know, it's not even worth the trouble. But at least it has some value and it can be moved around, right? We've established that. All right, let's go to the next story here. Let's see. Let's leave that there. There's another Luna story I wanted to cover. This article is kind of bloggy, kind of episodic, but it does go into a little more detail. And they point out that it's not listed on Coinbase, one of the big exchanges that has sort of been silent on the issue. But I believe Kraken is going to give support. We can log into my Kraken account and see. I don't have any Luna in Kraken, but we can at least check. But Kraken is supporting the new Luna, but Coinbase is not, right? So we got Binance, Huobi, which is, I believe, South Korean, and we all know what Binance is. Basically Chinese, but they've been off the mainland for several years now, since China banned trading. Binance just relocated or reincorporated in Malta, a couple of different places actually. And then of course Kraken is a U.S. exchange, and Kucoin, the one that I showed you here, which they didn't mention in the article, is based in the Seychelles Islands. And then you can scroll down just a tad into this article, like they're all linked down below, and just check out. They've got some charts here on the ratios, whatever. There's pre-attack Luna and post-attack Luna. They took what's called snapshots. So if you had 100 Luna pre-attack, and it was in your wallet. See, now this is the tricky part, because you get an airdrop even if you moved it after most snapshots, right? I don't know if they require that you're still holding it to get the airdrop, because if I had it pre-attack and then I sold it post-attack and reaped some kind of, maybe I was lucky and sold it when it was $30, right? And got my money back there. I'm not sure if I would still be eligible for the full airdrop based on the pre-attack snapshot, but I might, right? So if that had happened, I wouldn't be too upset, because not only was I able to sell some post-attack and recoup some of my losses, but then I was also eligible for the airdrop based on my pre-attack holdings. That I'm not too sure about, but that's usually the way snapshots work, right? You're eligible for an airdrop on a certain day and time, and then later on you move it out or you sell it. You're still eligible because you had coins in at that date and time, and then you'll get the airdrop. For example, if you, well, I don't think Uni is a good example because it wasn't there. But anyway, so these are the ratios. Post-attack is kind of weird, because if you were, there were a lot of people buying and selling post-attack, so I guess people that were speculating and coming in after the attack, I don't know what they call it, an attack, they're not getting as high of a ratio because they came in when Luna was cheaper and were buying and selling and trying to like make a profit on the post-attack Luna. So anyway, this article has the ratios, right? Let's just finish the news real quick. I've been getting off track just a tad, but let me just get yeah. So we have another ETF was denied by the SEC on Friday. That used to be a big deal in the crypto world. You know, the whole market would tank when a ETF would got denied. So I guess the good news is that the market sort of shrugged it off, right? It didn't go up or down, but the SEC has once again denied an ETF. An exchange traded fund is a fund that is based on Bitcoin and actually holds Bitcoin, and then that fund can be traded on a major exchange like the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ or whatever. So this has kind of been the holy grail for Bitcoin ever since 2017. A lot of companies are applying for a Bitcoin ETF, but they always get denied. So we just got one more denial here. But like I said, the market was already in the pits, so this did not have much effect on the market price of Bitcoin or the larger cryptocurrency. So just thought I'd point that out. Just kind of under the radar, sort of. And then one more story here real quick. The story, it's interesting that the story has a Bitcoin on it, or this is not a Bitcoin, it's just a representation of Bitcoin. But it says Russia considers allowing cryptocurrency for international payments as sanctions over Ukraine bite. And basically they're saying, and this is just recently, the idea of using digital currencies and transactions for international settlements is being actively discussed, right? But you'll notice they did not say the word Bitcoin. I believe they're mostly thinking about CBDC, central bank digital currencies, right? So it's not really good news for Bitcoin, so to speak. And it really doesn't involve Bitcoin, really. But in the past, Russia has mentioned Bitcoin. They might accept Bitcoin from so-called friendly countries. That was a while back, right? This latest statement just involved digital currencies, right, without specifically mentioning Bitcoin. So most likely either the digital yuan from China, or they're going to try to get their own digital currency up and running within the year, I believe, right? So, but, you know, when I saw this story, I thought, oh, well, that sounds like good news for Bitcoin. It's not, really. And then there was another big company that talked about Bitcoin, and I believe it was I'm probably not going to be able to find it here. Well, JP Morgan is sort of bullish on Bitcoin for some bizarre reason lately. But there was another big company that was kind of implementing blockchain infrastructure. Now JP Morgan says Bitcoin has significant upside from here. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I guess I don't remember. There was another big financial firm that was implementing blockchain, which I can't find. Right? It just came to me just a minute ago. Let's see. We'll go to the next page. Decoupling from stock market. We talked about that. No, I'm not going to find that article. Yeah, that's okay. No, I'm not going to be able to find it. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. All right, so we got the news. Let's play around. Let me get caught up on chat real quick, and then we'll play around a little bit with the Luna wallet so you can see how I moved this over to Kucoin. Let's see. Cold storage beats hot storage. Ledger is better than any browser wallet. Yeah, I like Ledger. We'll check in with our Ledger here. Those Luna are going to die on the chain. Let the small amounts sit. Yeah. Cold storage beats hot storage. I did that. Pull all my Osmosis coins into SIF chain, and now it's tanked. Gary Gensler up to something. Okay, your coins were on an exchange that doesn't support the airdrop. Sorry to hear that. Let's go ahead and I'll just show you real quick that I have this Luna got dropped into my wallet. So those of you who were using Terra Station and had your Luna and or UST held there, didn't have to do anything to get the airdrop, right? So this particular wallet is Ledger based. So I'm going to go ahead and hook up my Ledger here real quick. And whoops, I'll get my PIN entered. And let's just do a quick transfer just so you can see how this works. I thought it was interesting when I looked at my Ledger during the transaction. Okay. Got my cool tools here. Just gonna move this. Whoops. Okay, let's move this guy in. And let's focus. Okay, here we go. All right, so basically this wallet is attached. I'm sorry. The Terra Station website is attached to my wallet, and the wallet that it's attached to is this Terra Station browser extension, right? And that's ledger based. So whenever we make a transaction, we need to confirm on the ledger device. So let's go over to Kucoin, and let's say, okay, I want to make a deposit of Luna, right? So if you've got any Luna in your Terra Station wallet and you want to liquidate it, but like I said, it's kind of pointless because it's just a shade of its former self if you had any Luna in there. But anyway, just in case, I'm sure there are people that they'll take it, right? We hit deposit here, and notice that it says deposit address for Luna is no longer acceptable for Luna Classic, LUNC. Please do not deposit LUNC to your Luna account. So I don't know, maybe if you have old Luna on an exchange that doesn't support the airdrop, don't try to transfer it over to Kucoin because Kucoin won't accept it, right? That's unfortunate. So we'll select our network here as Terra, and we're going to need that memo address, right? So we'll go back over to the Terra Station. Well, let's go ahead and just grab that address, copy it into our clipboard. Let's go back over here. Let's do our send. I'm just going to send a small amount. I'll just send 2, right? Because I didn't leave much in the wallet anyway. Now I need that memo. So let's go back over here and grab that memo. And then let's go back to our Terra Station wallet, paste in that memo, and let's go ahead and send it. First, I need to be in the Terra Station app. I didn't have to upgrade my Terra Station app on my Ledger device. I don't believe that the manager says anything about an upgrade. So we'll just go ahead and submit this. Right, and there it is. It says view transaction. And as we scroll across, see there it is, chain ID Phoenix -1. So I noticed that that's in there. And I've noticed they've cleaned up the interface quite a bit. Right, there's the account information, the sequence information, the type, Cosmos SDK. I guess Terra still runs on top of the Cosmos. That's U Luna, or 2 micro, or 2 million or 200 million micro Luna, or whatever it is. It's 2 Luna, new Luna. Right, there's where it's coming from. There's where it's going to. There's the memo field. And there's the fee. It's a small amount of micro Luna or mini Luna or wherever. There's the gas. Let's go ahead and sign it by clicking both buttons. Off it goes. So, if anything, we can say that price-wise, we're still not happy, right? But the blockchain works, right? They've got this new blockchain. Wallet holders have received the coins, and the coins are movable on the blockchain, right? I can transfer my coins from one place to another. So in that sense, at least it works, right? Whether the price will ever recover, I don't know, but you got to give them kudos on the fact that it works, right? And then we can go into history. We can see, okay, I just sent to Luna, and then we can go back over here to Kucoin, and we should see that Luna come in shortly. I'll get an email alert when it comes in. right? So we can move it, right? But let's take a look over on, whoops, let me be over here. Let's take a look over in Anchor protocol. Now, Anchor was where I had a lot of Luna staked, right? I had 100 Luna bonded on in Anchor protocol. So I was kind of concerned when I heard about this airdrop that, well, what's going to happen to that Luna that I had bonded over in Anchor, right? What happened to that? So I can go to my page, and then they're telling me that I have 541 worth of UST assets, but I don't know what, and this is my total, 700. So they're telling me I have 165 UST in Anchor in that wallet, which is weird because if I go over to the wallet here, I don't see 165 UST. I don't even see UST here, right? If I add tokens, they don't have UST. They have AUST, which is not showing up. Anchor UST. So I don't really understand why I'm getting a reading over here. It's the same wallet, right? And they're saying, oh, I see a balance of 165, right? And then they're also telling me that the total value of my holdings is 706 UST, which, you know, last month that would have been $700, but it's not anymore, right? UST has lost its pay. So, and I don't know about this. See, there is no new UST. This wormhole UST doesn't really count. But Terra Classic UST is only worth 2 cents. Right? So if Anchor Protocol is telling me that I have 700, that's 700 times 2 cents. So not much. Right? But if I go over here to earn, I don't have anything in earn. I got that out. I don't have anything in borrow. But it should say that I have some bonded Luna, but it doesn't show it. It has 0 as my, well, it's not in collateral, right? But it should show up in bonded, which is right here in B asset. So if I click that, you see real quick there, you saw that there was 100 there. But then it breaks. So I don't know what's going on in Anchor Protocol. For those of you out there that had some Luna bonded or in any of these staking pools or anything like that. But as far as I can see, the website appears to be broken, right? It's just when you go to your bonded assets, you don't see them. You can't. Although you see them for a flash, right? So if you look real quick, if I had B asset, you can see there's that 100, right? But now it's gone. So I'm not really sure how they determined that I had 60 Luna in the Terra station. Why I got 60 Luna in the wallet and then 140 bonded. But maybe their snapshot was back before I bonded, which is kind of, that doesn't really sound right because it had been bonded for quite some time. So I'm not sure how they determined what I got in my wallet. But I'm a hard person to gauge because I do this channel and I'm constantly moving my crypto around back and forth, right? So Anchor appears to be somewhat broken. I guess I closed it. So Anchor is somewhat broken. If it ever fixes somehow and I can look at these B assets and somehow unbond them at some point, maybe. But I get the feeling that they got unbonded and thrown back into this wallet. I don't know that for sure because I can't find anything about what's going on with Anchor. Let's take a look at another place I had some, and that was over in Osmosis. When Luna was crashing, I bought some when it was around $3 in Osmosis, but I did not withdraw it to my Terra wallet, which had I done that, I might have gotten some airdrop for post attack, right? But as it stands, it's just sort of stuck in the Osmosis interface, right? It's if we look at my Kepler wallet, this is the Osmosis wallet. You can see I've got some Osmosis in here, and then if we scroll down, you can see the Chihuahua and the Luna. So it's sort of it's considered a token within my Osmosis wallet. So if I had withdrawn it to my Terra wallet, maybe I would have been eligible for some kind of, because there is a Terra wallet. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. So if you had Luna in Terra Station, you should see some in there, right? If you had Luna on Binance or maybe even Kraken, you might see some compensation there. But it's not going to be anything close to what it was last month, right? If you had $5,000 worth of Luna in Binance, and then you go there and you get this airdrop, you're probably going to have like a couple hundred. So it's not really, you haven't been made whole in any way or form, right? So unless this new Luna moons back to 100 where the old Luna was, maybe. Because you did get that 1-to-1. Right? If you were pre-attack Luna, you did get that 1 to 1.1 ratio. You got back the tokens that were lost, but the price of the new token isn't anywhere close yet. But we'll see. Time will tell. Oh my goodness. It's crazy, huh? Okay, so we've kind of rehashed or hashed that the Luna thing. Let's check. There's no way to we can I can trade it. I can trade it over on Kucoin. If I wanna sell it, I can. Oh, and there's that 2. The 2 came in. So yeah, I mean it's worth $5. So I could trade it if I wanted to. I could move it, I could go over here into the trading interface and trade it probably for US Tether. Right? So they've got a Tether pair and a US dollar coin. So if you can get it into Kucoin, you can trade it for what it's worth. But like I said, they don't accept classic Luna. So don't try to transfer your classic Luna from a different exchange onto this exchange thinking you can trade for it, because they won't accept it. They're only accepting the new Terra. Okay. I know, it's depressing, isn't it? Let's take a look at what Dan was talking about earlier, the Eternal Wallet and drip drops. Drip Drops is a website where you can get airdrops, and they have to be staked Cardano wallets. Let's go into the Eterna wallet. Eternal, right? So you can see here I've got a couple of different wallets that are these two are based on Ledger, and then this one I use to trade on Sunday Swap, right? I just created a standalone wallet because you weren't able to trade from a Ledger-based wallet on Sunday Swap because it just didn't support Ledger-based wallets, right? So this was my standalone wallet. You can see there's some Sunday Swap in this wallet that I traded for, but it's not eligible for any airdrops because it's not being staked. Now I guess I could have staked in this somehow. Actually I could, but let's see. Yeah, I can just delegate, just random here. Yeah, whatever, just random. This is not the way to stake, right? You don't just randomly pick a validator. Let's see. What did I do? Did I do anything? Maybe I don't have enough in here to stake. Okay. What just happened? Did it work? Did it not work? Okay. So now I'm confused. I don't know what the hell I just did. Okay. It didn't ask me how much I wanted to stake or anything. It just kind of like went to this screen. I don't know what's going on. It says it's pending. Okay. But I don't know how much I tried to stake. Let's try this again. Oh, I hit delegate, right? But where do shouldn't I put in the amount? Or I think I think with Cardano, it just delegates all of it automatically. I don't know. Here I am, the expert, right? I don't know what's going on. I did not stake in Eternal. I had already staked in Daedalus, right? And when the wallet got imported, it was already staking in the Cardano blockchain. So I didn't have to do anything. So I don't know. It looks like I'm gonna start staking, right? I've locked some. Still pending, supposedly. I don't know. Hey, if I'm right, Luna Trezor sold 35 BTC to defend UST. Do they have such a recourse for hard fork? It's funny you mentioned that because they did. They spent a lot of Bitcoin trying to defend the peg and were unsuccessful. So a more futile gesture I cannot think of that Bitcoin just got sold and then the UST collapsed anyway, right? It was just like a futile gesture. Probably would have been better to hold on to that Bitcoin and try to salvage what they had rather than try to defend something that at that point was impossible, right? Sounds kind of fishy if you ask me, right? But maybe at the time they just thought that perhaps if they bought as much UST as they could get their hands on with Bitcoin that they might be able to defend the peg. But that was the intention, right? And that was why they had the Bitcoin there. I'm sure it was like there for a specific purpose to defend the peg as a backstop. But unfortunately, they sold it all or most of it in a futile attempt, which was unsuccessful. So that Bitcoin was just gone. Pretty bad. And I know they have some left, but probably not that much. Not enough. I'm sure they do not have enough Bitcoin left to compensate all the people that were wiped out in that collapse, right? Even if they evenly divided it among, all the people that lost big time in Luna and UST, it would be a paltry sum, right? Maybe that's part of what they're doing with this airdrop, right? They used what they had left to back this new coin. Okay, so it looks like it did get delegated, and it just delegated all of it. So perhaps now I'm eligible for a drip drops. So let's do a receive. I guess, here. I'll copy this address into my clipboard. Let's go over here to drip drops. And let's enter the address of that wallet and see what it says. Okay, so this is, I'm not staking yet. It's probably hasn't been staking long enough. So let's do the other wallet, right? Let's do this wallet. Let's do the receive here and copy this address into the clipboard. Let's go back over here and let's try that. Whoops. Hello. Oh, clear. Okay. All right. That's the new address. Let's check. Okay, so it sees, yeah, you're currently staking. And so newly listed on Drip Drops. Okay, so I can, let's see, how many do I get? I can get 10, right? So, I don't know. Let's try this. Let's get, that's 1, 2, 3. There was one that was gold, right? D, E, F, G. Let's see it. It sort of looks like it. Okay. Dan and I were talking about one earlier that we thought looked interesting. All right, so that's 3. Let's do Space Coins, Nindo. I already have Leaf Token. Let's try this. 6 City. I think we got some of that, right? Was that 6 City? This. Now where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 8. Oh, I like cherries. 9 and 10. And I think that's it, right? I agree. What did I do wrong? Did I not do what I was supposed to do? Oh, okay. It's selected. Okay, Dan, help me. What am I supposed to do now? Oh my God. Okay. They're all selected, right? And it takes you over to their web page. I don't know what the heck I... Okay. Tick all the tokens below you wish to claim now. Okay, which I've done. And now what? And then I agreed. I think that was it. I'm not logged in. Okay. Okay. I gotta be logged in. Alright. I didn't know I had to log in. Okay, there you go. Okay. Let's look over here. Yeah, I guess you need to create an account. Let me go over here and see if I did. Huh, I don't remember doing this. Okay. I do not remember doing this. Okay. Let's try my email. Yeah. I guess I never logged in, but I got the drop before. I did it before somehow. Okay, that was weird. Okay. All right, fine. I'll do this. I know I did not have to do this before, obviously, because this is the first time I've done it. Doggone it. What do they want here? My name. Okay. My name is not important. All right. use that? Okay. All right. Oh, you saw it. Oh, fart. Okay, let's go over here. I'm going to try it again. Do it a different one. Oh, Lord. Now it won't let me do that. Okay. Isn't that typical? Okay. Oh, I'm going to give up here in a minute. Okay. Okay, there's a new one. Okay. I could have sworn that I have never done this before, but if Dan says I'm not logged in, I'm not logged in. Okay. Oh, come on, dude. Seriously. Ugh. You guys watch me do this and you're like, what is he doing? Okay, here, let's try it again. All right, there we go. Let's tick. Tick. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah, well, maybe Dan was right. Okay. I just do not remember doing that before. Just weird. Oh, that's right. Now I have to send 5 ADA to them. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, of course, now ADA is like not worth that much anyway. All right, so I got to copy this address. And I got to get back over to my wallet over here. And I need to send 5 ADA to that address. All right. Okay. 5. All right. All right, and I need to. This is a ledger-based wallet, so I need to go over here and get out of the Terra app, Terra Luna. Go over to Cardano. There it is. Okay. Whoops. Now I'm going to sign this transaction. All right. Yes. Send to them. Okay. Hit both buttons. Send 5 ADA. Hit both buttons. Hit both buttons again. The ADA interface is a little strange. Hit both buttons again here. And now confirm, hit both buttons. And off it goes. Ugh. I do not remember creating an account before. And I obviously didn't do it with my CryptoDad email. I may have done it with my other Gmail, but that doesn't make sense. Whatever. I did it. So now I should be getting some coins, right? If we go to account and go to token list, you can see that I already have some. So what we should see soon is some more tokens in here, and then the drip should get a little more, right? Because I got some more of that. Claiming airdrops, right? It cost me 5 ADA, right? So I am like investing a tad in this, but I'm getting a bunch of coins that are just out there being developed on the blockchain, the ADA blockchain, Cardano blockchain. And this is cool. In the wallet, if I just click on the coin, I get all this cool, I can use this as my wallet background. I'm not sure about that, but I can go over to their website and check what's this all about. Right? This looks like a kind of a game. Or we can do that with more of them. Let's try this cherry. Right? Cutest, juiciest meme coin on the Cardano blockchain. The perfect topping for a Sunday. Let's use as the wallet background. Was that wallet updated? We can go over here to their website, check it out. These are all on the Cardano blockchain. There is some development going on the Cardano blockchain. This doesn't look like much here. It's their white paper, I guess. Kind of interesting. Cutest, fruitiest meme coin. We're just playing around. There's got to be some serious questions here. That's kind of interesting. These are, NFTs on the Cardano blockchain. I should see my new drops pretty soon. Maybe it looks like I already had some cherry. I'm sure I got something new. Right? We'll check it out. Oh, let's close that. Oh, I'll leave that open. I sent it, right? So they should, pretty soon they should say, oh, we got it. Right? The wallet didn't complain, right? Did I get this sending out pending? Okay, so the sent ADA is still pending, right? So once that gets out the door, we'll follow up and check on that. I just can't. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's been a weird night. Any projects on Cardano work? Question mark. Haven't looked at it for a while. I was really disappointed in Sunday Swap. Haven't messed around with Sunday Swap in a while. It's a combination of the fact that Sunday Swap had a train wreck of a debut, wasn't working for a while, and then when it finally did work, I didn't want to do anything else, and I had the Sunday Swap token. I kind of gave it away, or I just kind of gave up on it, hoping that it would, have a great rise. Well, it didn't, right? But the entire crypto went down, so it's hard to know, right? Doesn't show anything to send. Should I see a balance of claimable EVMOS even if my Kepler is not supported? Pavia looks okay. Okay. I don't know if I got any of those. Pavia, Cardano. Oh, okay. Interesting. Huh. Okay. And that's on Cardano. Interesting. It doesn't look like I can buy any yet, right? But does look kind of interesting. Let's put that in our DeFi Cardano for later. Maybe that does look kind of interesting. This is going to take us down here, right? Ooh, okay. I got to do all this. Maybe I put my email in there wrong earlier. What's it gonna want? Okay, wants a password. Oh, okay, they sent me a one-time password to my email, which I'll check over here. Sometimes it's really hard for me to not reveal. Oh, Drip Drops wants me to verify my email, which I've just done. Okay. My account is now activated. All right, but I did not get the email from Dave sent me an email saying that he tried to stake or bond a dot in Ledger Live, and it's still inactive. I'm not sure. I don't really trust Ledger Live to do the staking. Ah. Okay. My Ballet has been approved, but I still don't have that. Oh wait, here's Pavia. Okay. It's over somewhere else. Okay, there's my one-time code. Alright, let's move this over here. Doggone it. Urgh. What happened? Cripes. God, I hate when that happens. Oh, damn it. Bummer. I'm sorry that I'm doing this off screen. Oh Lord in heaven. They sent me the one-time code, I got it, and then I slipped, and now the one-time code window disappeared, and now I'm stuck in limbo. It says that I already exist, and then when I try to log in, it says I don't exist. Messed up. Yeah. All right, fine. We'll just fart around with it later. Okay. That was for nothing. But thank you for mentioning Pavio. That looks kind of interesting. But even the top end ones are like in the dumpster, right? Even Decentraland, which is like one of the top tier virtual blockchain based ecosystems, that even McDonald's was buying real estate in Decentraland. Their, price action is in the gutter, along with all the rest of the altcoins. So good ideas, but right now, tough to be in the crypto market right now. That's for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, I was trying to get logged in without revealing my one-time password. They sent me my one-time code, and then I tried to log in, and it messed up. The one-time window just like disappeared, and I was done. Oh, there's the code. Yeah, I think we're done. Withdrawal was successfully processed. Your tokens will arrive in your wallet as soon as possible. Please allow up to 72 hours for processing due to chain congestion. let's see here. Let's refresh the Eterna. Right, I have less. And now there's more, right? We did get our airdrops already. So, kind of cool. There's those 10,000 cherries. At that point, I was kind of frustrated, so I was just ticking off anything. I wasn't even paying attention. So, I don't know what this virus is. Ouch. Another meme coin. Just like everybody wants to get their hands on a virus meme coin, I'm sure. It's crazy. But I got my airdrops, right? So I had to sign up, which wasn't that difficult. A little tricky when you're frustrated. And then I had to send 5 ADA to that address, which I did, and they got it, and then they sent me my airdrops. Yeah, it's weird that I wish that I had not sold my ANC. That way I could have demoed what happened there. But unfortunately, I was still had access to it even after it crashed. And I took, and it still was listed on Kucoin. So I think it was last week I like unstaked all of these, the governance and the LP token, and converted it all to ANC, and then transferred it over to Kucoin and sold it, because I figured I might as well, right? At that point, I figured it was a little bit was worth better than nothing, right? So if you look on Kucoin, you can see in my history, if we go here, history, that I sent, see there it is, I did it, it was 150 ANC on the 5th, and I believe I got like $76 for it, all the ANC I had, and I invested about $900 in ANC a couple months back, and just watched it go basically down to zero. But I did sell what was left of it because I figured I might as well. But maybe I should have hung on to it. I would have got some airdrop. Or maybe that's what the airdrop was compensating me for. Some of the ANC. I don't know for sure. It's possible. Because I did have some ANC in Anchor Protocol. But as you can see, if I go over here to Terra station, it's like broken, right? It's like there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing in here, but at least it should say 0, right? It's just weird that it says failed to query balance. So everything, not everything is working quite yet. So we'll see. CryptoDad, if I send you some of my custom ERC tokens, can you make a video showing how to get them onto Ledger? You don't need to send me your tokens for me to, you cannot put custom tokens in Ledger Live, right? So if I send a custom token to my Ethereum wallet in Ledger Live, there's no way to add them to Ledger Live. They don't allow that. You have to wait for them to add new tokens. There's no import token feature in Ledger Live. But if you just want to put it in an Ethereum wallet, so if I'm using a Ledger-based MetaMask wallet, like I am here, right? So this MetaMask wallet is based on my Ledger. See, we connect hardware wallet. So the private keys for this MetaMask wallet are stored on my Ledger, right? Let's go over to Ethereum. right? All you really have to do is scroll down here to import tokens, and then put in the contract address of your token, and it should auto-fill, and then you add that custom token. So, I mean, if we go to some real funky ERC20 token that I've never heard of, maybe this. Let's go further down. Let's go way down. Let's try this guy. There, that's an ERC20 token. So let's copy in the contract address. Let's go down here to import token, and then we'll paste in that contract address, and there it is. That's how you do it. Add custom token. Now it's showing up in my MetaMask wallet, and this particular wallet is Ledger. It's based on a ledger, right? It's basically the same wallet that you can see. See how it ends in 78BD? It's the same account as you can see over here. All right, receive 78BD. Right. Same wallet. But I cannot see custom tokens in Ledger Live. The only way I can look at custom tokens are over in MetaMask. All right, there's that one I just imported. Hey, Scott Lee, how are you? Good to see you here. Hey, Mr. David. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I got 60 Luna, and I have 140 that's invested. But they may have looked at the everything in my Terra Station wallet. Although it's kind of weird that they're not, that it's failing. But I got more Luna than I expected, right? Because I only had 100 Luna, well, 110. I had 10 Luna that was being staked, and then I had 100 Luna that was bonded. And I did not sell it before the crash. And now I can't get to my bonded Luna, but I did receive some of the airdrop. But they may have compensated me for some of the ANC that was their pre-attack, right? So I had ANC, UST, and Luna pre-attack. So they may have even compensated me for a little bit of my UST, because I didn't move my UST until that Monday morning, right? If we go to history, you can see that nothing more to load. Okay. Huh. Oh, in ANC you can see history. Wait, my page. Transaction history. See where I transferred that 5,000 UST? That was Monday, May 9th in the morning. That they may have considered that pre-attack and gave me some Luna for that. I don't know. But I moved it out of there 9:30 a.m. I'm not sure if that's Eastern Standard Time or what it is. If that's current. So that's possible that they're compensating me for the UST that I had in there pre-attack, even though I moved it out. Which would be weird, because if I had a bunch of Luna in there like the week before the attack and then I moved it and sold it, why would they be compensating me for it, right? So I don't know. They determined some date, which I don't know, right? We looked earlier at these news articles. I don't know exactly when. Okay. May for US, a user with 1,000 UST on May 27th is eligible, blah, blah, blah. Oh, here. May 7th. Okay, that was it. The pre-attack snapshot is from May 7. And let's see, when did I move my UST? May 9th. Right, so I moved it post-attack, but it was still in there pre-attack. I don't know if they compensated me for any of it. Maybe they did. I figured it was only for the Luna that I left in there, which was like 110 Luna. But based on these ratios, is that correct? Because what? It's... let me get the calculator here. It was 1.1, so 110 times 1.1 is equal to 121, which is still less than what they gave me. They gave me 60 plus 140. They gave me like 200. So I don't know where it came from. Doesn't really matter because it's not worth anything. I don't know. It might have been compensation for AUST, because like when you have Anchor in there, they like calculate. I never could quite understand AUST because it was a different balance than UST, so it was just kind of weird. So I never quite understood what it was. So it's possible that they determined I had a certain amount of AUST. But also notice that the new wallet is failing to recognize the balance, which it should at least tell me it's 0 if I don't have anything in there, rather than this weird error message. So I don't know what's going on there. But apparently I've got this staked Luna, and it's going to be kept there for my own benefit. Maybe at some point it'll be worth 10 grand. I doubt it. It's new math. That's good, Scott. The compensation was for AUST. Okay. So I don't know how they determined my AUST balance, because I had Luna, ANC, and UST in different combinations, and some of them were like some of the Luna was bonded, some of it was staked. The ANC was staked, so in Anchor. So I don't quite understand how they knew what to do with it, right? Did Anchor say, okay, we'll unbond it for you and give it back to Terra Station? I don't know what the heck happened. Seems weird that it would happen that way. It would have been simpler for me if I'd have just had Luna in the wallet, which I didn't, right? I had bonded Luna in Anchor protocol, so I really don't know what how they determine that. And like I said, I can't go to the B assets. As far as that one little flash there, it's still in there, but then the page breaks, and so I don't know what the heck's going on. It's just weird. Go figure. 2 plus 2 equals 5 divided by 6 gives you 52 Satoshis. Worthless. Yeah. Okay, so maybe they did compensate me for the UST that was in there on the 7th, which is weird because I got it all out of there on the 9th and I got full value for it. Yeah, so we don't know what Terraform Labs did. Let's see, was there anything else that I haven't done yet? We talked a little bit about Ballet Crypto wallets at the beginning. I'm going to do a video on these, and as I mentioned, they sent me a couple, which I think are pretty cool. This solid gold tiger thing, and then these other ones over here. These stainless steel jobbers. It's basically a cold wallet. It comes it comes with a receiving address and a private key. And you may wonder, rightly so, well, how do they put the private key on there, and who has access to the private key? So their solution is that there's two components of the private key. There's the encrypted private key, which is underneath this public QR code tag, right? It's like you can just peel it off. And then that's one component. And then the other component is the wallet passphrase, which you can scratch off. So the encrypted private key gets printed in Shanghai, and then they send them to their Las Vegas office and do the passphrase. So I know it's more complicated than that, but that's how they ensure that no one person or employee has access to that private key. And so, of course, I asked him, I'm like, well, how do you know? How can we trust that? And he said, well, it doesn't matter which kind of wallet it is, whether it's Ledger, Trezor, Cool Wallet. At some point, you have to trust them. And I guess that makes sense to a certain extent. And that's how gift cards work, right? If I buy an Amazon gift card at the store, there's, the card already has that code that's covered by the scratcher. And then when I go through the checkout lane, she pumps it up with $50 or whatever I do when I buy it. How do I know that somebody in the Amazon doesn't already have access to those codes, and that when I take it home and scratch it off and try to enter it into my Amazon account, that it's going to be zero after I just paid $50? I don't know that, right? So in that sense, I trust Amazon, right? But putting, losing $50 that I paid for at the grocery store and throwing, a whole Bitcoin onto one of these cards, that's a whole different ball of wax, right? If I'm going to deposit, a whole Bitcoin or a 0.1 Bitcoin onto one of these cards and give it to my dad, I want to be like 100% sure that his balance isn't going to just disappear, right? I know with Ledger, they have certification people that certify their devices. It is proprietary, right? It's the device is not open source, but the device generates the private key in my presence, right? When I get the device and initialize it, that's when the private key gets generated. So nobody at the factory sees that because it happens on my device. But by the same token, I am sort of trusting that process. So there, at some point, there is that trust. But there really is no trust involved when I generate a private key locally. So I don't know. But it is just, it's a beautiful wallet. It's a great way to store Bitcoin. It's a great way to gift Bitcoin. I'm probably overthinking it. So let's go there. So let's take a look at Ledger Live. There's nothing really going on in Manager at the moment, right? Normally you would see like a purple dot here to tell me that something needs to be updated. But it's always good practice to go into Manager and just double check to make sure that everything's up to date, right? We've got the Allow Ledger Manager here. We'll just hit that. And that'll take us into Ledger Manager. And we can check to make sure that we've got the latest firmware running, which you can't see. So we're on the latest firmware, and there are no app updates, right? Which is interesting because there was no update to the Luna. See, now it's way down here at the bottom. Here, yeah, Terra. So the Terra app did not need to be updated when 2.0 launched, which is kind of interesting. So it was the same blockchain, same mechanics, just like they just refreshed it and started it over, like with zero balance, and then funded all these new tokens. They just got created out of thin air, kind of like the Fed, the Federal Reserve, just been creating money out of thin air since 2000. Actually, I don't think they were actually. Well, I guess they were back in 2013. I think that was when the U.S. currency switched from saying like $1 US to $1 U.S. Federal Reserve note. Right? It doesn't say money anymore. Let me see if I can show you one. Oh, it's all hundreds. Okay. Oh, yeah. So if we look at this, right, it says $100, but then over here, under the 100, it says Federal Reserve Note, right? It's printed by the Fed, and, you know, the U.S. government owes the Fed money. This is like the Fed is lending these to the U.S. government, right? And then the U.S. government is paying interest on these. Right? So I think ever since 2000, I keep saying 2000, since 1913, I think that's when the Fed came out, our money has not been real, so to speak. It's as real as it needs to be, right? Because it says on there, must be accepted under law for all debts, public and private. Okay. All right, so we did, we talked about Luna, we talked about, we got our airdrop, so I can close this. Yeah. I got somebody going there. What was the price of Luna 2.0 at the blockchain launch? Most exchanges seem to start trading hours after network launch. According to this article, it was, when it debuted, it was, here. It was around $17 or $18 when it debuted, when it opened. And then it jumped up to around 20 bucks. And now we're down at around 5 right now. That's kind of where we're at right now. I think it started in the George Bush years. Well, there's lots of points where we can talk milestones. One milestone was the birth of the Federal Reserve, the bank of last resort, right? And then there was the 1971 when Nixon decoupled the dollar from gold, the dollar gold decoupling. And I think a lot of people tend to point to that event as being the birth of the fiat money, right? And then we had the 2008 financial crisis, and that's where the Fed really started doing their magic behind the scenes in the repo market, pumping a lot of liquidity into the repo market. The TARP program pumped a lot of money into the economy, given mostly to the banks, right? So that was another big event on our journey towards the funny money. And then, of course, over the last couple of years, we had a bunch of, the Corona stimulus packages where they created a lot of money out of thin air. Congress authorized huge amounts of money, and only a small portion of that went directly into people's bank accounts. Most of that money went into the financial system, right? The powers that be, the big banks, the big brokerage houses, Of course, because they're the ones running the economy, right? But they made it sound like, oh, we need to give this money to all these poor people that can't survive because they're all locked up. So they authorized $2 trillion and gave you and me a couple billion, and the rest went to the banks. Anyway, Bitcoin was invented or debuted shortly after the the 2008 financial crisis. That's where Bitcoin came along and said, you know what, we have a better way. Decentralized, private, well, it's not really that private, but in the sense that it's not controlled by anybody, private, right? Decentralized. Currency that you can send back and forth and that has value in the open market. Stranger Things 4. I don't know. I kind of gave up on Stranger Things in the third season. I got tired of watching her nose bleed. I'm like, okay, I get it. Whenever she does something mental, she gets a nosebleed. Oh, why couldn't they fix that? It just got old for me. But anyway, it's cool. First couple of seasons. And Biden wants to pump trillions more into the economy. Yes, J.R. Bizzle. Not to mention that they just gave $40 billion to Ukraine when, they could have used that money to upgrade our infrastructure or, manufacture more what is that? Formula, infant formula. I mean, there's so many things they could have done with all of that money, and then they sent it to Ukraine. And most of the weapons that they're sending to Ukraine are getting blown up anyway, so it's just like a black hole. They're just shoving money down a black hole when people in the U.S. are suffering. Oh well, we're getting political now. We don't have too much time left. Elden Ring. Hey, I finished Elden Ring. Finally. The final battle. The final battle was like you were you had to beat Milena, and then after, it was a 2-stage boss fight. After you defeated Milena, you had to fight the Elden Beast. The Elden Beast. What does it look like? It's kind of weird. That's it. Yeah, there it is. That's the Elden Beast. That's the final boss in the game. Oh, and there's Milena. She's stage 1. Right? And then the Elden Beast is stage 2. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So it took me several days, but I finally beat it. And now I'm done with Elden Ring. Didn't we already get an infrastructure bill? Yeah, I believe they passed. Well, I don't know if that. I guess that did pass both houses and got signed. Right? We had an infrastructure bill, and then we sent $40 million to Ukraine with no debate. Elden Ring was a great game. I really enjoyed playing it, but I just felt like the bosses were a little too tough. I mean, they were just maddeningly difficult. Yeah. I'm thinking of playing Dark Souls 3. I'm checking that one out. But, it's a previous game, but still, same people. I'm also looking forward to some Elden Ring downloadable content within the next year. J.R. Bizzle, another gamer. Yeah, that's great. Maybe swap Luna Classic for Luna 2.0. Don't believe that's going to work. I don't know if you could transfer your Luna Classic to Binance and have them and swap it for the new one. Like, there were a lot of back in the day, like There was ERC20 Tron, and for a couple years after they transitioned over to their own blockchain, if you had ERC20 Tron, you could deposit it on Binance and they would convert it to real Tron. So if Binance might support people making deposits of Luna Classic and then converting them for them. So, but if that's if you have, someone here mentioned that they have Luna in their in an exchange that does not support the airdrop. So if that's the case, right? If you've got Luna like on some funky exchange and it's still showing up, right? You might be able to transfer it from the exchange to Binance, or at the very least, withdraw it to your own Luna wallet and then deposit it on Binance for a conversion. But I'm not too sure because it's kind of weird what happened with Luna. So if you try to put it on Binance, they don't know whether your Luna was pre or post, right? I don't know that they would have any way of determining that. So that would be a question for the ages. If you're stuck with a bunch of Luna on an exchange that did not support the airdrop. Hopefully most of you had Luna on Binance or Kucoin or in a wallet that supported it. I'm not sure what is going to happen with the Luna that, and now it's calling it LUNC, right? So maybe I could transfer this to Kraken and Kraken might convert it for me. I don't know. I'm not going to do anything rash, right? I'll wait and see. But at the moment, right, it's Luna. It has been renamed to LUNC, right? I cannot deposit this. Well, first of all, I can't move it even if I wanted to, right? Deposit and withdrawals are disabled on Osmosis. But if these were enabled, I still would not be able to deposit it in Kucoin. Kucoin won't let you deposit, like when you, let's see here. Well, maybe they do. Let's see. They do have Luna Classic. All right. So I could still deposit Luna Classic. And it's possible that they might convert it to real Luna for me. I don't know for sure. It's possible. Portfolio app, I use Crypto Pro. I like it. It's a pretty good portfolio tracker, but I don't know if you can connect it directly to your wallets. Maybe you can, but I do mine manually. It's like every time I make a trade, I punch into this app how much I bought and how much I paid, and it keeps track of my profits and losses. That's what I use. There are a lot of others, though, that are out there for doing that. How do you convert Stellar US dollar coin to ERC20 US dollar coin? Let's just double check that. If we, my first instinct would be you swap it for Stellar and then you transfer the Stellar to an exchange where you can sell for US dollar coin. So for example, let's see, I think that's Stellar right there. And so if we go into Stellar term, and I have, I got to be in the app. Okay, so I'm in the app. Oops. Oh, I think I'm over here and yeah, I got to get out of Manager. Manager is like bumping me out of my apps. Let's close. Well, let's do this. All right, so let's go back into Stellar, right? Because I would go into Stellar and then Ledger Manager was bumping me out. There we go. All right. So as you can see, I have some Stellar in here. And so your question was, okay, I have some US dollar coin, Stellar-based US dollar coin. How do I convert that to, you know, ERC20-based US dollar coin? I don't believe there's any way to do it directly, right? I don't know of any cross-chain sites that do that. It's possible, but the easiest thing to do would be to just, you know, swap it. Like you would swap your US dollar coin based Stellar for Stellar, right? And then once you've done that, you could transfer the Stellar onto like Coinbase, because you can deposit Stellar in Coinbase, and then once you're on Coinbase, you can swap for US dollar coin. What is it? XLM? Yeah, so you couldn't even do it directly here either. You'd have to sell it for dollars and then buy US dollar coin with your dollars, right? There's no pure swap between XLM and US dollar coin. But you could swap it for Tether, or you could sell it for dollars and use the dollars to buy a US dollar coin. And once you did that, it would be US. Once you did that, it would be where'd it go? Oh, I guess you can't do that. Yeah, but surely you can sell. Well, you should be able to buy US dollar coin with dollars. Maybe you can't. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Oh, actually, you can convert it, right? Right here. You can convert your dollars to US dollar coin if you want. Right. So sell your Stellar for dollars and then convert your dollars to US dollar coin. But I don't know of any cross-chain sites that will allow you to just directly convert Stellar stablecoin to US, the ERC20 stablecoin. There are a lot of cross-chain sites, but they're generally sites that are already on the particular chain, like, you know, Avalanche to Binance Smart Chain, because they both run on the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine. So like Wormhole can like convert between those chains, or like if you're on the Terra, the old Terra chain used to be able to convert between certain blockchains, right? Because they all ran on Cosmos. But I don't know that there's anything that can convert between Stellar and ERC20. Like Stellar and Ethereum are like two completely different chains. I could be wrong. There might be one out there. But the easiest thing to do would be just swap it for Stellar and then sell the Stellar. There are tax implications in that, but there are also tax implications on swapping one stable coin for another. That's still taxable, even though there really wouldn't be a profit or loss. But the same with swapping for Stellar and then over to, you know, if you sold it for Stellar and then immediately sold that for US dollar coin on Coinbase, there would be really no profit or loss at all within those sales, right? Unless, I don't know, hard to say. Any more questions? We're almost out of time. I've been dragging my feet tonight. You can use Coinly for taxes, or you can use CoinTracker.io is also pretty good for taxes. I won't do that because it'll show you my portfolio, which I don't even want to look at right now. Did you change to Classic Network and Terra Station yet? Terra Station is like automatically converted over to Terra 2.0. I don't know that there's any way to switch it back to the old chain or not. It's kind of weird. I didn't have to do anything. I just pulled it up. I pulled up the old site and now it says 2.0. Is there any way to buy SHIB? You can buy SHIB all over the place. You can buy SHIB everywhere. You can buy SHIB on Coinbase. You can buy it on Binance. You can buy it on Kraken. SHIB is all over the place. You can buy it on Coinbase. You can buy it for dollars on Coinbase if you want it. Press the globe above and oh, okay, all right. Press the here, okay. That's language. Theme. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's just refresh. Oh, maybe if I click here? No? SHIB is ERC20. But there were other versions of SHIB for a while there. They had a version on the Binance Smart Chain, but I don't see it anymore. They've got another, it's over on Energy, whatever the hell that is. But I'd probably stick with the ERC20 version. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. Thanks for everything. Sorry, it was kind of a eclectic session. I wasn't really focused. I'll probably line up some more things to do next time. Because, like I said, if I don't have an itinerary, we're just kind of floating around. And I don't see enough questions to keep me busy answering questions until the end. Anyway, guys, have a good night. You're talking about taking it off circulation. They are already owned like Robinhood and Webull. I still don't know what you mean by that because you can buy it on Coinbase if you want it. So if people are burning it, then what remains of it is more scarce and more valuable. But there are trillions of it in circulation. So just because people are burning it doesn't mean it's not available anymore. Yeah. We're all in the same boat, JDO, as far as our portfolios go. I was talking to Dan earlier and I said, hey, how's your portfolio? And he says, wrecked. And I was like, yeah, me too. Yeah, let's stay strong, guys. Stick to the fundamentals, right? Hold on to the good stuff like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And all those coins that are negative, just be patient. I watched my Cardano negative for like 2.5 years from 2017 to 2020 and it paid off. So anyway, we do this every Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.